No language. Right to tamper with the universe.
Yourself into oblivion.
Hello, and welcome, dear listeners, to the third season of The Darkest Timeline. Film Podcast.
Hi, and welcome to The Darkest Timeline. I'm David.
I'm Dylan. I'm Ian.
I'm Brett.
And we watch bad movies linked by bad actors.
Not necessarily bad actors.
Oh,
yeah, I mean,
They did a bad job at acting.
We followed Danny Glover to this movie.
He's done some pretty bad movies.
I stand corrected. Today we watched a movie that made us...
You didn't watch it today.
I did not. I watched it yesterday.
It wasn't yesterday. It was like 2 days ago.
I watched it on yesterday's yesterday.
Poor guy watched it.
It was yesterday.
Yeah. We watched Dirty Grandpa.
God.
Oh.
Starring,
Zac Efron.
I would have put Robert De Niro first.
Give that Efron and his abs the first line and titular title in this movie, sir.
And Jason Mantzoukas.
Yes! Mantzoukas!
He's in a surprising amount of this movie for not getting a billing.
But you did not get enough of the movie.
Maybe he was the dirty grandpa. Oh. You just don't know.
He was legit the best part of this movie.
I'm sorry. He was really the only legitimately good part of this
He
movie.
zooped it up. He zoomed it
Okay,
out.
so now that we're done with the good parts of the movie, let's move on.
Yeah, right to the bad parts of this film. Oh, Robert De Niro was in this film, guys.
Yeah, he was.
And Aubrey Plaza and God, there's a couple of other.
Zac Efron.
Yeah, we already said that one. Oh, Juliana Huff.
Shamu.
Who's that?
That was a joke.
It's a whale.
From the movie.
Oh,
That was a
he's
joke
in this
from,
too.
That was a joke from the movie.
I know.
Right.
And
Fat
all
guy.
8 of Zac Efron's abs.
Oh yeah.
They each got a line?
Plop.
Are you sure
So that
it
they're
was
not-
only 8?
Oof.
All I know is they each have their own SAG insurance.
Right.
And I'm pretty sure they each had a d drawn on them.
Oh, and speaking of dicks, Robert De Niro's cock's in this movie, guys.
Well, not
It's
probably
really-
a prosthetic.
We don't know. Have you seen his dick before?
No.
Well,
What? Could be.
Well? What?
What if you want to officially make an appearance?
it was a very confusing time for me in the early 2000s.
Oh, don't be confused. He's a handsome fella.
It was a Democratic National Convention fundraiser.
In Tribeca.
Okay.
During the film
That's
festival.
enough of that. You can stop there. I don't need to know any more of that story.
So, Dylan, what is this movie about?
This movie is a lot of other movies.
Sure.
It's not a lot of other movies. It's the most crude version of a classic story. And like I say classic story, just like an old, like a movie that's been done many, many times before.
I don't know if it's deemed as classic.
That's what I
but
said.
yes.
I wouldn't really, maybe not classic, but it's old.
Okay.
In this context, classic means old. Yeah,
Sure.
just an older story where a guy is going to get married into a loveless marriage, and then someone that he was close with in his past takes him on a wild adventure where he finds his old passion and someone he used to love, and abandons his boring life.
Yes.
That's just what this movie was.
And there's
But
Robert De Niro.
he doesn't want to abandon his Yeah. boring life at first. Yeah. But this is the most vile version of that story that's ever been told.
It's
Sure.
called Dutch 2.0.
Oh, I love Dutch. Yes. Oh, come on. Dutch is so good. What's his name? O'Neill?
Ed O'Neill.
Ed O'Neill.
And
So
Macaulay
good.
Culkin, I think it was.
No. Some other piece of shit. No, some other piece of shit actor.
This is a spin-off of the Home Alone movie?
No, come on, Dutch.
But
It's
that was
amazing.
a really good movie.
Dude, Ed O'Neill's the
That
best.
is the same overarching plot as this
It's
movie.
kind of like a rip-off version of
genre.
Uncle Buck. If you like Uncle Buck.
Okay.
Ed O'Neill takes a road trip with his future son-in-law.
Yep.
And they start off hating each other, and they find out.
And he's like a preppy kid, and like Ed O'Neill's like a blue collar.
You know what? This is not the Dutch cast or whatever. We're talking about Dirty Grandpa.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you know what? You, Ian.
Oh! Pow, 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 pow.
Sorry, I was going off of his energy.
Yeah, Dutch cast.
Don't ever go off Brett's energy. He has enough by himself.
All right.
You actually want me to say what the plot of this movie was?
No, I
specifically?
think you.
I think you nailed it. You got
That's
it.
good. Okay, we'll just go with that.
I mean, that was the plot. Now
Yeah.
all the they shoved into
I
that
guess
is
we
not
should
part
say
of the plot.
a couple of things. The person from his past that he used to be close with is his grandfather, who is played by Robert De Niro. Mm-hmm. I don't know. That might be the only really important thing. Mm-hmm. And the love. The love that he is finding again is someone from his old photography class in college.
Oh my God, string that piece of shit on.
And Zac Efron plays like a polo shirt, uptight,
Yeah.
20-something
Right.
Lawyer.
Who used to be cool.
who used to be cool, but still is keeping those abs on fleek.
And also, Robert De Niro is apparently Dirty Grandpa.
Whoa, wait, did you just f***ing say on fleek?
Pretty sure the best part is it's on Fleck, right?
Hashtag on fleek.
No, I'm pretty sure it's on Fleck.
I don't know. I'm not cool.
I don't know.
I don't say that
You see, I'm not going to choose a side here because I'm not sure which of you sounds more white right now.
Come on, guys.
Well, I mean, when you're piping up, like, well,
And we're moving on
I'm
now.
reasonably sure it's on fleck.
So the two of them go down from Anglo-Waspy somewhere up north down to Florida.
Georgia. They were in Georgia. Right?
Anglo-Waspy, Georgia.
Yeah, sure. That works.
What zip code is that?
900 shut the f*** up.
Pretty sure it's 60048.
No, they were being alphanumeric now.
Well, they ran out of numbers.
Well, yeah, makes sense.
No, it doesn't.
Huh?
Let's just talk about
The movie?
the movie, the best parts.
Get to there.
Right?
Robert De
guess-
Niro's number one. Guys, it's hogged out.
I'm pretty sure you don't get a vote now.
Oh, boy.
Well, no, that's yours. That's officially. It's going to go on
No,
the
come
website
on. It's not
now.
my real one. Jeez.
No, this is like Brett. His favorite part of the movie is Robert De Niro's just sitting right next to Zac Efron's face.
Brett licked that.
I did not. First off, I did not say that part.
No, but that's truth from the
I
scene.
did lick this.
Why do you keep licking it and putting it on your forehead?
It sticks. Let's go on.
It's the only thing that
talking
sticks
about,
that came out of your mouth.
You still talking about Robert De Niro's?
Everybody else is saying it too. It's all coming out of your mouths. Robert De Niro's Mick.
Mick
Dick. Mick.
That's what you want. You want Robert De Niro's McDiro's. Damn it.
Gotcha.
Robert De Niro's in your mouth.
Da 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 da.
Oh, yo.
God, I wish I didn't say that.
So
We're still focusing on best parts.
yeah, what was the
Yeah.
best part of the movie? Ian, go.
Go.
Well,
I think we can't choose Jason Mantzoukas.
Mantzoukas.
You mean Pam? The drug
Pam.
Pam.
We can,
Tan Pam.
because we're going to
classic Pam.
when we're at the end of the best parts. I'd like us all to
to be-
just talk about Pam for a while.
Oh,
To
absolutely.
be clear, Pam's a nickname. His real name's Pamela.
Right.
Well, technically, he's also known as
okay. Well,
Tan
yeah.
Pam.
Let's just cut the Pam talk because we're gonna have a good long talk about how
Go
cool
straight to Pam
is.
later. Woo.
But
After this, we'll record our supplementary Pamcast.
Yeah. Oh, Pam God.
so what was your favorite non-Pam thing in the movie?
That is a really, really difficult question because the only things in the movie that were even smile-worthy, he said. That's it.
Yeah.
Everything else falls so flat.
Yep.
So I'll take something that wasn't comedy because that is all you can take as positive. I'm not even happy about it.
Just say what it is.
Robert De Niro owned his character. Like he did it. He said all those lines straight. He meant every word he said. All his puns and everything.
They were bad.
They were bad, but he said them
He
well.
owned it. Mm-hmm. Gotta give him that.
I believed him as a dirty grandpa.
Okay, I have something that I thought actually worked. Aubrey Plaza and her.
Her crazy.
She's sort of playing the same character she plays in Parks and Recreation.
Okay,
like
sure.
the
She was like,
weird-
it was weirdly like Paris Hilton-esque,
Yeah.
only trying to do that instead of that just being who you are.
So it's her senior year of college, and she's trying to go for the trifecta of sleeping with a freshman, a alumni, and a professor from her school.
Yeah, which,
And-
It doesn't. I don't think it had to be from her school. It was just those three things.
Okay.
yeah, well,
She got 1 and 2.
She heard about the trifecta from her diary because she wrote
wrote
it
that.
there.
Yeah.
So it's just something she wants to do.
And I loved that she was really dry the whole time.
Right.
Yeah.
I liked that. That was fun.
And the fact that she sets herself up as just throwing herself at Robert De
men,
Niro, and it worked. It was weird. It was kind of funny.
Sometimes, a lot. It went over the top like everything else in this movie. But before it got there, sometimes it was a little
Right.
funny.
You know what? Unlike most things in this movie, she didn't have like an up and down of like her not liking Robert De Niro at some point. Like I think her words were like, "I'm gonna f you" at some point, and she never got off that line.
Yes. I mean,
She was just there 100% throughout the movie.
I kind of wish I kept a count in this movie where it was like maybe over 40, 50.
You would not be able to keep track.
I know.
It was more than that.
So that
Good.
was my favorite part. What
yeah,
else?
she was good.
She was awesome. My favorite part, I would have to say my favorite part was, it's real hard not counting the Zooks in this one. I would have to say Robert De Niro just being Robert De Niro. He's just the best actor of our time and era.
I think you're basically just taking mine.
No, I'm spinning off.
Don't you think that he's just cashing in on his former fame?
I'll get there with the worst part. I'm talking about the best part
Okay,
right now.
we're trying to keep it positive.
Oh, trying to keep this positive.
Your positive is that Robert
I can't
De Niro
say
was-
Zooks.
that Robert De Niro was in this movie.
Absolutely.
We're gonna spin this into a big ball of hate at the end.
Oh, cannot wait.
Okay,
Yeah,
great.
because
Oh,
there's
biggest ball of hate.
There is not much to like in this
Yeah.
movie.
So best part, it's De Niro. If go.
you just like his name. That's all.
Yes.
Ian, Dylan,
Man, we don't look that much. Okay, yeah, it's fine. Whatever.
Dylan.
You just called me Ian.
No, I didn't.
So my favorite part of the movie is a character that I don't believe ever spoke and was only in 2 or 3 shots.
I'm so excited about this.
I mean, well, you'll know who it is. I mean, you don't know who it is. I have no idea who the it was.
Ben, man, it's Ben. Ben was in this movie, man.
Fun fact about Ben: he was in an Austin Powers movie.
What?
Which one?
Yeah,
Is it gonna be the third
Something-
one? The
something I
worst
hate
one?
about you?
the one where they
Or, I
go to
mean,
space.
Isn't that the second one?
Second one, yeah.
Austin
it second?
Powers, the spy who shagged me?
Yeah.
Gross.
The character that wasn't on screen long enough for me to hate was the hacker in the very end of the movie.
Oh.
Who I have no idea who the that guy was. Because
Kind of moped.
at the very end of the movie, when Zac Efron is finally actually going to get married, and they're at the, I guess that was the wedding, but it was some sort of pre-dinner
Chapel-ish,
thing.
yeah.
I don't know. That was.
Yeah.
It was like a pre-wedding reception.
Yeah, that was
It
weird.
was a Jewish wedding.
It's a fever dream of what
yeah.
Where they're
Zac
singing-
Efron thinks.
And what's the song they're singing?
I don't remember.
I don't care.
Some love
My
song.
Heart Will Go
I-
On by Celine Dion or something?
No, it
Probably
wasn't
something
that.
like that.
Yeah.
But and there's a bunch of pictures going on behind the fiance while they're singing, and it's first it's pictures, like some nice pictures of them, like wedding photos are, and then it starts doing a bunch of pictures of things that we didn't see from Zac Efron's crazy night where he was high on crack. Where he leaves on he steals a motorcycle and just drives off, and we don't know what happens to him for 8 hours. And there's a bunch of pictures from that period of time where he's naked and he has like a bumblebee thing on his, and then there's, I don't know, he might have. There was a homeless woman, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, that was a weird woman there.
Yeah, there was a bunch of weird in the pictures, and then it switches over to show that Robert De Niro has a hacker hacking into the thing, like it's putting in these photos, and I have no idea who this guy was because he's way younger than Robert De Niro. And Robert De Niro left the military. He was special forces, and he left the military ages ago. He does not have like young contacts.
Right.
This is somebody new, and I have no idea how he met him.
He was training people in Iraq too.
No, guys,
said
Well, that was like probably in Desert Storm.
real quick, let's
yeah.
jump to the conclusion. Who's the person taking those photos?
That's probably everybody.
it's the same FBI agent.
On his own phone?
No, like anybody. Anybody that was around was taking those photos.
How they hack those photos?
It's the FBI agent on the moped.
They're probably all on Facebook.
Oh,
Brett.
come on.
Remember when
Nobody uses
they're
Facebook
like,
anymore.
he's not in the white truck anymore.
okay.
This is movies.
Instagram.
Everything is 10 years behind in
How'd you
movies.
remember that? He doesn't use the white truck anymore.
That we don't. Yeah, the CIA
Yeah.
doesn't use the white trucks anymore. It's
Yeah.
the guy
Come
on the
on,
moped.
give it up. Yeah.
But the dude just rides off on a moped of all things. He could have gone off on a cool motorcycle, but and also the guy looked really cool. He wasn't
No.
he wasn't a stereotypical hacker. He was like kind of buff. I have no idea why this. I was like, oh, that dude screamed hacker to me. You know, and I thought that was interesting, and it was a character that wasn't around long enough for me to hate. And that's a really powerful thing in this movie.
So let's move on to Pam talk.
Pam's
Well, I mean,
Pamcast.
if there's, we should ask if there's any possible other minute thing that you liked about this movie.
Honestly, let me give it a thought.
Of course not. Of course not.
What?
I just read my third note. I forgot about it completely.
Is it a negative note?
I don't know. It's just a line from the movie. It made me laugh.
Yeah, I actually
out
don't
of
have another
context,
thing.
I think it's great. Out of context, the line is, "I want to f*** a horse and drink its blood."
You know, I have.
That was a De Niro quote, by the way.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
was.
yeah, it was.
Yeah, he was talking about being old and wanting to do things again.
Oh yeah, that was it.
Yeah.
I forgot.
Like horses and drink their blood. But I have a theory about this movie that this movie is only crude humor. Well, not only, but like 98%
yeah,
crude
absolutely.
humor. It's just really crass jokes.
Yeah, fart
Every
jokes.
single. It's not even just fart and jokes. It's horses and blood. It goes a lot more places than just
sure.
farts and
Which makes it a better movie than Freddy Got
But I have a theory that every single one of those jokes works. but the problem is that they're all in the same movie.
I beg to differ.
Each one of those jokes would work as the crassest joke in a movie, but when every single other thing is that, none of them work.
I love that idea, actually, Dylan. That's a f***ing great idea, actually, because I do think you have something there. I think you're right. It's like that's the funniest, best joke in like this random movie. This guy says this f***ing,
It's like the
boning
weirdest,
horses with
the
blood.
weirdest off the wall joke
Right.
in the world,
And it's like,
from this one guy,
what?
and everyone's like, "What the f***
Right.
did you just say?"
Yeah, but in this movie, they literally cram it like
Oh,
a
yeah.
box full of them.
Well, it's like every third of a second, someone's saying the next really, really, really f***ed up thing.
Right. But to a point where it's not needed, and to a point where it doesn't make any sense sometimes.
Well, no, that was all the time.
Well, yes, you're right.
I want to talk about the future mayor of Daytona Beach.
Ooh, Tam Pam.
All right.
Tam Pam
Tam Pam for president
for Prez.
Oh my
of
god.
Daytona Beach.
Man, that dude had rapport with everyone.
We'll move the White House to Daytona Beach if we have to.
How in a movie where nothing works, every single frame of
That's
Jason
Yeah.
Mantzoukas
Well,
is
and-
gold.
And to be fair, like he says some seriously up too, and I believe wholeheartedly, and I don't think Brett agrees with me.
Oh, I agree. I love Zeus.
No, but what I'm about to say, that nothing he said was any like less crass than anything else that was said in the movie. It's just that he could actually deliver those lines. That's the biggest
I
difference.
do kind of agree with you. now that I
He's the
think
only
about it.
person in that movie that could actually pull off the they were saying.
I mean,
Right.
for God's sake, he was getting in. So they were getting into his ice cream truck, and they're like, "Why do you have an ice cream truck?" And he was like, "You wouldn't believe how easy it is to sell drugs to kids in an ice cream truck." And you're just like, "What the f***, man?"
He's like, the very first bit he does is he tries to mug them when they're walking into his.
he fake mugs.
He
them.
fakes mugs them in his store, and he's like, "Relax, it's not even loaded." And he shoots them.
No, he says, "No, relax, man. This is my shop. I just had to go out and get a horse head and whatever. The gun's real," and he just shoots a few shots outside.
And then he says one of my favorite lines in the movie right after that, because Zac Efron's like, "You just shut a wall." You're like, "This is Florida. Nobody cares."
Yeah.
Well,
And then
every building's a licensed gun range.
Every building's a licensed gun range. And then he's like, "There were people out there." It's like, "This is Florida. These people don't matter."
Everything he says is gold.
Yeah, it's so good.
Oh, I wanted wholeheartedly for the movie to just become his story.
Just abandon everything.
Yes.
I would go to see a Dirty Grandpa spin-off sequel.
Just about him.
You know,
Chan Pam.
I feel like
Yeah.
it would. Well, I feel like the name should be Welcome to Pam-a-Lot. I don't know.
Yes.
That would be amazing.
I do feel like a lot of Robert De Niro's terrible lines should have been Jason Mantzoukas' lines somehow fit in there. You know what
You
I mean?
just wanted Jason Mantzoukas to say more things.
because he makes them funnier.
Well, yeah, because the thing that separates him from everybody else in this movie is that he was filled with joy.
Yeah.
Also, it's weird because I feel like he was framed Like, they made him technically the worst person in this movie,
Right.
but he's framed as the most likable person in this movie, and he pulls it off.
Right.
And like the way he talks about his drugs, he's like, yeah, I've got 2 keys of frisbees coming in.
Yeah.
It's everything's a
And I
joke.
sell meth.
Yeah.
This is like, what the
And he's talking about selling meth to children, and
Well,
like he gets arrested in this movie, and then he's just like, oh hey guys.
Yeah, he's like, hey, Fran and Greg.
He like knows these cops, and these are the worst cops that have ever existed. But they just let him off because it's just Pam.
No, not even that. He goes, guys, I came in with some drugs. I have to get those back because I got to make some money. I got to get out of here, guys.
And they're like, oh, you mean these?
Yeah.
Take them, Pam.
Thanks, guys. You guys are too cool.
classic Pam.
Classic Pam.
In that scene, when he got out of jail that time, when we didn't know he was there. Like, it was,
I know.
It was Zac Efron just like in boxer shorts, like trying to get the cops to listen to him. And when he was finally shut down, right behind him,
Yeah.
Pam just pops up, and I was just like, this scene just got better.
Yeah, I have another theory about this movie that I would like to throw at you. This movie is a sort of purgatory for 2 people.
Okay.
I guess you could call it like you smush these 2 things together and you get a purgatory. Where Zac Efron is in hell, where nothing is going his way,
Makes
and
sense.
it's the worst possible day. But Jason Mantzoukas is in heaven, where everything is going perfectly for a drug dealer. Every possible thing is going his way.
But he also...
No one cares what he's doing. If they
Right.
do arrest him for selling drugs to children, which is why he was in jail, he's like, come on, it was just children. And they're like, classic Pam. And they let him out.
Yeah, because he doesn't care if he literally gets caught. He's like, I'll sell them Klondikes or meth, whatever.
And this is the most likable character in the movie.
By
By
far.
such a wide margin.
Classic Pam.
And the weirdest thing is that Zac Efron in this movie, his character is the only character who I would not classify as evil.
Not tracking with you, but
I mean,
all right.
the only really f***ed up things he did was when he was drugged, and then while drugged did more drugs, and then did a lot of weird
Yeah, guys, when you're on drugs, you
But,
can't
I mean,
say no.
I'm not going to count that because he wasn't in his right state of mind. You could argue that in court.
Right. And he's a lawyer.
He's a lawyer.
So
would do
he
that.
would argue it.
What kind of lawyer, I wonder?
But he is the best person in this movie technically because he's not a just piece of shit
Yeah.
like everyone else. But he is the worst character, I think, in the movie.
Oh.
He has a decent arc because of the movie structure that he's been thrown into. Because
He's the worst character?
Well, it's
I
not
just don't
really
think
his arc,
he's-
it's the movie's arc.
he's the least interesting character.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, absolutely. No, Zac Efron could have been bought and sold. I don't give a who was there. Could have been I don't know, Pink for all I care. It was terrible.
Oh, but could he do that thing on the stage with the muscles?
He did have some singing chops too.
Let's talk about the stage with the muscles. Because there's a moment where Robert De Niro and Zac Efron are in a flex off.
By the way, Pam is emceeing this, so it's automatically a better scene.
Super good.
It is. How he got... I'm pretty sure Pam just walked on stage
No,
and was
dude,
like, this is mine now.
His face was on the thing on the stage.
Oh, okay.
Like, it was his event.
Well, he is the mayor of Daytona Beach.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, no, he was being voted in for mayor. Like, that's like...
Oh,
him-
that was like the
Yeah,
thing.
and his rally party was a flex off.
Oh,
okay.
I think so. Yeah.
So he's in a flex off, and the opponents are 2 fraternity douchey guys that are in leather bomber jackets, but nothing really else except the Speedo.
Yeah, they're trying to Top Gun off.
Right. And then Robert De Niro gets up there and Zac Efron does a handstand off of Robert De Niro's forearm,
Yeah.
Which is what he used to do when he was a kid.
which is impressive, but Robert De Niro is an old man, and I felt concerned
Yeah.
For a
did-
national
I did
treasure.
that.
Absolutely. Is
I was
he
like,
taking his vitamin D?
But you could you could tell in those wide shots it wasn't Robert De Niro.
Well, obviously.
and in the close shots, his arm was lower than the camera, so you couldn't even see it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
But
it fooled me.
Yeah. But it was still
what, you thought he was doing that?
Yeah.
But I was-
Those bones are made of
It
butter.
looked convincing.
well, no one was actually doing that. Even the stunt doubles were wired up, so no one was actually feeling weight. But still, I mean, I get what you're saying. I was like, oh no, not Robert De Niro! Don't break his arm.
He's a national treasure, guys.
He needs that for number 3.
I have
Gross.
I have a legit least favorite part.
Oh, we all do.
Are we
that
moving to
absolutely-
least favorite?
I think so.
Every
yeah,
once in a
we
while, can we bring up Pam again to make it better?
Absolutely. The movie did. Why shouldn't we? The worst part of this movie is that there's a relationship between Robert De Niro and Zac Efron, and sometimes it lands. Every once in a while, when Robert De Niro is kind of sharing his heart with Zac Efron, it's touching, and I hate this movie for it.
Well, that's those scenes that they have to put in to keep the overarching story that they're trying to pull off.
Right, and it worked, and I got angry because it's a terrible movie. And every once in a while, Robert De Niro's like, I'm an old man. Like, this is it for me. This is the one thing I got going.
Yeah.
And I
Just
felt for
let
him.
me the college girl.
Right.
Was his whole thing.
Oh.
And it shouldn't have landed.
No,
It didn't deserve to land.
and you hated that it landed sometimes.
yeah.
I hear that, man.
There's a lot of things I think I hated about this movie.
You're Brett.
Oh,
Well,
guys.
also, it was this movie.
Guys, I did pick this movie, and it was terrible.
You apologized multiple times during the movie.
I really did. We were watching. I was like, I'm so sorry. you
Mostly
guys.
because I was glaring at you and saying, I hate you now.
Well, it was a terrible movie.
I don't know if it was worse than Freddy Got Fingered, though.
But it's so close on par. That's the worst part about it.
The most interesting thing about this movie is that almost everything Robert De Niro says was done in Freddy Got Fingered.
Oh, yeah.
No, I would say that this movie is the spiritual twin to Mr. Woodcock, but you also get Pam.
Yeah, but you
Which
can,
makes it better.
it's a Mr. Woodcock with a sprinkle of Freddy Got Fingered.
But Pam makes it so much better than it could have been.
Well, let's not hang our...
Pamless.
Okay, we can hang our hat on Pam, but the worst parts are just the f***ing long scenes of Robert De Niro talking about dicks and f***ing and calling him a pussy and gay and like... There's this terrible, like, making him sound gay and then be like, oh, we got a black gay guy here, guys. It's okay. Oh, what's wrong with him being black and gay? It was like, what the f*** are you doing? Like...
Oh, but he did stand up for that.
That's what I'm saying, but it was like shoehorning it in. It's like he made the joke earlier about being gay and stupid, and then he's like, "Oh, here's this guy. I'm gonna stand up for him." It was terrible. Like, there's so many f***ing comments in this movie where like I never felt comfortable. I always felt like, ugh, ew, I don't want to be a part of that.
You're uptight.
I am?
Apparently.
Really? I did like Robert De Niro's guys.
That is
It
special.
was fake.
That is totally on record.
Oh boy.
Yep.
Gentlemen, other terrible things about this movie that you hate with the passion of 1,000 fiery suns.
I realized that I actually already said the thing that I had marked off, where I said that everyone in this movie is a dick except Zac Efron.
Sure.
I didn't like that.
I thought Zac Efron's a f***ing dick though in this movie too. He had a fiance. He lied to her the whole time, even though he was still like in love, quote unquote. And he was like, "Oh, I don't know what's going on. I got drunk and high."
He was
No,
never.
He was
in love.
never in love with her. That
It
was a
doesn't-
thing set up by his dad.
Fine, but should he still lie to her?
Oh,
That's a shitty thing to do.
my
No,
first
he shouldn't.
note, something I really hated in this movie, that we all thought was terrible when it started.
What?
The montage of photos of Robert De Niro and the kid, where it's just
Terrible
Zac Efron.
CGI.
well, it's not CGI. It's
Well,
just
it's
Photoshop.
It's just
Whatever.
Photoshop. If it was CGI, it'd be moving.
No, and it was Photoshop done by a fucking 12-year-old. It was awful.
Some of it was
At
pretty
least that
decent.
guy's getting more work.
Who is?
The 12-year-old
Oh yeah. I mean,
from X-Men Origins.
It goes through they photoshopped like 45 pictures of some kid and Robert De Niro, and eventually it's Zac Efron and Robert De Niro, but it's mostly just some little kid and progressively older versions of Robert De Niro, and it's very strange looking because you can see where they didn't quite try hard enough.
yeah.
There were some that were done pretty well. There were some. There were
Which
not-
ones?
there
Which
were-
ones?
Why would he know
Why would I
them?
write? Like,
They were
well,
terrible.
The one when he was 7. And
They were
the
all
lake.
bad though. That's why.
No, not all of them. There were, I think, there were like 2 or 3 that were like, oh, they did a pretty good job
Oh.
because they actually got it was probably an accident, and they accidentally got pictures that had like the same lighting on the faces, so it actually worked.
It doesn't matter. This isn't Photoshop 101. Like,
Not 101. That's better than
Well,
101.
yeah.
In 101, you wouldn't get those skills, Brad.
who cares? Move on.
I think
just
the art majors who listen to us care.
that's not a thing.
Art majors don't exist.
Nobody's
you
ever got an art
moron.
degree.
Those are not a thing. How dare you?
Easy. Yeah.
I meant our fans.
Oh,
Boom.
Yeah. We like art.
truth
images.
bombs.
But the 95% of other pictures that were just horrible looking, that's what I hated. Because it opens on just like,
I did hate Zac Efron though.
You probably
Pretty sure he's a terrible actor.
I'm pretty sure you just hate Zac Efron.
Yeah.
Just period.
No. I mean, good for him for working out so hard and making those abs go pop, 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 pop. He's got a good voice too. Did some karaoke jams.
He can sing.
Do you guys remember the scene where
Yeah, we do.
We actually watched the movie recently, Dave.
How about you?
golfing?
You got something
Yes.
between your teeth.
I remember the golfing.
And there's no reason for them. Like the scene does not progress the plot. at all.
No, it doesn't do anything. The only reason they're there is because it was written in an earlier line that they were going there.
Oh, that's right.
It was very much like that girl's diary where she knows about the trifecta because she wrote down the trifecta.
Yeah, that's where she heard about it. Her own damn notebook.
Do you remember that time when Robert De Niro turned a t-shirt gun into a weapon of mass destruction?
It's like, off. You're not MacGyver.
He was special forces. He's better than MacGyver.
Yeah,
Have you seen the new MacGyver show?
Oh, it looks god awful.
Oh no! Well, the thing is, I mean, the parts of it look okay.
No.
but no.
Guyvercast.
I feel like I have to give it 2 episodes just to make sure. Like the
you
first
watched one?
Yeah, I watched the first one. But
Aw.
I feel like I'm going to give it a second episode just to make sure that it's horrible. Sometimes just pilot episodes are just awful.
Yeah.
But this one, it's just boring. It's just every single aspect of that first episode is boring.
Also, it's like 80% voiceover.
Ooh.
Oh, it's just
Like
so much
voiceover,
Nothing
and
but
whenever he's
ADR.
building something,
Yeah.
there's like words on the screen with brackets. It's like filament, wire, battery. He's like, and I put all these things together just in voiceover.
And what
It's
do you
just-
got?
It's just
A
disgusting.
bomb.
It's disgusting.
Wait, really quick, was it a bomb?
I don't think he ever made a bomb.
Okay,
in
it's
that
usually a
episode.
bomb.
Well, I feel like he usually defuses bombs.
No,
And
that-
this is a weapon of mass destruction. Bye bye, Washington, D.C.
Well, no, it's usually a bomb to get out of what he's like trapped in.
Yeah, I guess that was uncalled. But it's just really boring. So, Ian, what's your favorite part of, or your least favorite part of a recent TV show?
This is awesome. I actually like this. Let's go.
Okay, I guess in that new Van Helsing TV show that
What?
came out, yeah,
Whoa.
it takes place in a somewhat post-apocalyptic future, and it's Vanessa Helsing, and she has, spoiler alert, they're vampires, and it's vampires, but they're zombies. They're zombies that are vampires.
Sure.
But it's a zombie show, but they're vampires instead of zombies.
They just, honestly, there's no difference except maybe the vampires talk a little.
and they drink blood.
Yeah.
But if they drink her blood, they turn human again.
Stupid.
Yeah.
It's really dumb.
So why isn't she just giving out blood?
Well, that's
crazy.
I only watched the first episode, and they found that shit out in the very end of the first episode. So I haven't seen anymore.
And
Don't
that was
watch
a,
anymore.
That was a 2-parter, and it aired
Ooh.
the same night, and we didn't watch the second half.
God.
yeah, that's true.
Wow.
Just
Okay, but Dirty Grandpa, which we're doing a podcast on.
We're trying so hard not to, though.
I know. Hey, Pam.
Pam! Damn Pam!
When they first went into his shop, like after the firing of the gun and stuff, like right after he was done firing the gun, and they're like, "What the?" He was like, "Okay, guys, yeah, but you know what? We don't sell drugs in this shop, so don't you ask for them." And they're like, "We don't even ask for drugs. We just talk
Good,
about
because I've got
we don't
drugs."
want drugs."
Yeah.
And he's like, "Oh, good, because I got drugs." And he just like pops open this thing. He's like, "What do you want?" And I only do natural drugs.
Yeah, wait. Before he said it, when he pops up, he's like, well then, welcome to drugs.
He's like, well, okay, I only do natural stuff,
sure.
stuff
Like
that
what?
comes
Like
from
what?
the ground,
Like what?
marijuana,
Yeah.
mushrooms,
Oh, love those. Yeah.
meth.
Oh, wait, what?
And they're like, but what do you mean meth? That's not natural.
Yeah,
of course.
naturally grows in my cousin's basement in Baltimore.
if you know what I'm saying.
Oh my God, Pam. Love
Pam.
him. Okay, back to my worst part.
I really hated that he didn't get to sell enough drugs to get what he really wanted in this movie.
What was he wanting?
I don't know.
And then 64.
N64.
Yeah. The OG N64.
I feel
I
like
have an N64.
There you go. Sell to Pam. He needs
I don't want to
it.
sell my N64.
See, they're hard to get.
You got WWF No Mercy, man.
Oh,
it's one of
boy.
the best wrestling games ever
Are
made.
you always Undertaker?
You want to fight me?
Are you always Undertaker?
No.
Who?
Kane.
Oh.
or a
you an
creative
Undertaker
wrestler
guy?
with f***ing blue skin or something.
Yeah, right.
No, you couldn't do blue skin and No Mercy.
You might have been able to. Or you could
This
put
got weird.
You could put
Okay,
a
we
weird
need to get-
onesie on.
Welcome to-
Hey, Dave, what was your least favorite part of a Nintendo 64 game from the 90s?
Yes! Don't say Mario.
I
I said least favorite part.
I didn't play much Nintendo 64.
You didn't play much.
Boo!
Okay,
wait.
from 1990s video games in general. You know, this is important to the podcast.
I mean, come
need
on.
to
You
get
can
through
even
this.
you can mention 007 Racing, which was a dog game. Anything. Come on.
Here's the thing I don't like, and it's true of games that come out presently. I could never figure out how to power slide in Mario Kart.
Oh, you just, at least in the new one, you just hold down the jump button.
Yeah, but in the Nintendo 64 one, it was tricky.
When I was playing Mario Kart 8, it took me so long to figure out the power slide because they just don't tell you.
Right, and it's a game changer.
It is like the Dark Souls of racing games.
Friends of the cast, if you know how to power slide, please write in.
I know now.
Comment.
I'm not a f***ing idiot.
How do you
God.
power slide?
It only took him like 5 minutes.
It took me
So,
longer than that. Actually, Ian had to tell me.
Oh right, I did.
Do you think Robert De Niro killed the douchey frat guy based off of the projectile of a full
Oh
cannon?
no, he called the hospital.
Oh right.
Yeah, and
He
made
called
sure.
the hospital
Yeah.
and made sure that they were in there, and also told them that if it's touch and go, pull the plug.
Yeah.
Because he was saying that he was that man's father.
Yeah.
I
So-
missed that part.
Yeah.
I mean, I heard it, but I didn't realize
it,
that
yeah.
was what was happening.
So he may have technically killed that kid.
Yeah, if it was ever touch and go and they pulled that plug, yeah, it's possible. It's a possibility that Robert De Niro killed that.
Yeah,
guy.
and it's a possibility that they take that as granted. Like, oh, he just said it on the phone. Guys, it's good. Do it.
Hey,
no
Well,
no
they
signature
told-
needed.
He was in their hotel room.
That doesn't matter.
I
It's
know.
not like precedence.
Movie logic, Brett.
Okay,
Movie
fine.
logic.
I will say this, if I could just go back to one thing. The one thing that really, really f***ing bugged me about this film is, like we were saying before, it's just stockpile full of just jokes and fart jokes and like sex and vagina jokes and like boobs and college and drinking. I hated it so much, and it felt so didactic from like f***ing, Wedding Crashers and like all that bullshit where it's like every stupid f***ing comedy joke you've ever heard rolled into one movie so tight that like it's like a f***ing cigar you can't pull smoke through. I can't stand it. It was so f***ing garbage. I hate this movie. And I picked it. Sorry.
That's a great soundbite, man. That was like clean. No one said anything.
God, I f***ing hate this movie.
you wanted to jump in on didactic, and I was like, no, let him have it.
Didactic. Damn.
I
man.
used that
So,
word right, right?
Yeah, I don't know.
I have no idea. But man,
yeah,
you've been
but,
saying like on the reg and stuff.
Come
and then
on,
you
man.
pull out didactic.
Yeah. Well, you know, on the topic, what was your least favorite baseball game Sammy Sosa was ever in?
Oh.
And I mean video game.
In the 90s.
that hurts.
So we did the best part. We did the worst
No,
part.
I haven't done my worst part. It kept getting cut off.
Brett didn't answer my question.
To be fair, the first time I cut myself off with that Pam bit.
All right, man, you got it.
My least favorite part of this movie is that it's like the director really, I mean, clearly the director wanted jokes to land, but he also gave them space to land.
Yeah.
For certain jokes, there would be nothing after it to give the audience time to laugh and get that out of the way so they could hear the next joke. But instead of laughter, there was just silence.
Right.
And it was just like,
No, I think what that time was, it was enough time to give people to realize they couldn't cut their wrists with a thing of popcorn.
oh, no, you can do that. The bottom edge
just-
that's kind of sharp. You can
it's just
if you-
greasy.
Friction will get through
Amen.
skin.
Popcorn grease, though.
Oh, grease it up.
That'll get hot. It'll cut through your skin faster.
No, but that'll just cauterize it. You wouldn't bleed to death.
Oh, well, if you get it down enough, then you can just tear it and just tear it all up.
Okay.
That's
well,
how most people work their way through the movie.
They did leave too much space for like, here's a joke, and it's like, It was enough landing space for a f***ing jumbo jet to come down.
It really just created
It just-
a ton of awkward silences.
Yeah, it didn't.
well, for us, yes.
It wasn't as long as you think. It just felt longer than it was.
I think the thing is, everybody knew this is the joke. Get it. It's like, good, terrible. And the best part about all the jokes was Mantzoukas is like, f*** it, I got this. Hey, guess what? I'm paying. F*** it.
He was so good.
So
He
good.
was-
I loved
filled
him.
with-
I would actually almost say it'd be better for someone to just make a micro cut of this movie
Yeah.
that was
nothing
just his stuff.
Yeah.
Anything that he was in, have that. But I almost can recommend the movie just to see his parts. And maybe
Absolutely.
just close your ears when he's not on screen.
Hey, Jason, welcome to Zook's Cast. You're on it.
Let's get some.
Shuffle.
We're not at the shuffle yet. We are at the make it better.
yeah.
Oh, boy.
I think we could all agree.
Now, Brett.
Brett,
No.
for the
Pay
lo-
attention this time.
Yeah, you have to pay attention, and you have to not abandon what everyone else
Why?
talked
What did I
about.
do last time?
You abandoned the
whatever-
movie we
Good.
created.
It was terrible.
But that doesn't matter. You just have to build on it.
Then let me go first.
Go first, please.
Oh God, don't go first though.
No, just let him
yeah,
do it.
go for this makes
Okay,
sense.
how would I make this better?
Act 1, go.
Act 1.
You gotta-
Zooks
you gotta-
pops in the door. Boom. Zook attack. You got zooked.
That's not
Here
a
we go.
plot.
I'm not there yet. Just give me the space, guys.
Okay, yeah, okay.
Okay, stop.
Pam.
Thing happens. All of a sudden, what's going on? Juliana Huff. Juliana Huff comes in. What's up? Juliana Huff. Aubrey Plaza comes in. Oh my God, it's like a crazy amount of girls in here. Zook's going like, what's going on, guys? Come on, here we are. Zook attack on the girls. Go.
Did you just write a porno, Brett?
I want to see where this goes, guys. I want to see where this goes. Ian,
Zook
bam, you got Zook attacked on 2 girls. Go.
I don't even know what just happened.
Doesn't matter. Don't even go. Just go.
Meanwhile, in Georgia,
Yep.
dude, I don't want to go next.
I'll go next, I'll go
Yeah,
next.
Go
Oh,
next.
there we go.
All right, so Zook's like, rah, I'm Zook, rah, rah, rah. And they're like, no, I don't want to do it. No, I kind of want to do it. No, I don't want to do it.
It's Pam.
And then Pam,
Zooks.
Pam.
aka Zooks, doesn't do it because he's a gentleman. But it
He does
turns
sell them
out
drugs.
he accidentally finds out that there is a asteroid headed for Earth.
Accidentally?
Yeah,
How do you fall into that one?
a lot of drugs.
Pam. Classic Pam.
Well, if you take enough meth, heroin, crack, and whatever else you find on the ground, maybe it's
Klondike
dirt,
bar.
whatever, you just kind of shove it in your mouth, then you get this super telescopic X-ray vision.
So
and it's
he,
crazy.
He's so close to where they send off the astronauts in Florida, or
Oh.
they used to,
Great point.
that in Florida loves him. He decides, I can take care of this. Put me on a rocket, shoot me into space. Dylan, go.
And he does this for one single reason. That stopping an asteroid from destroying the world and becoming the planet's savior is the best way to create a single platform campaign for becoming the president of United States Daytona Beach. The United States of Daytona Beach is
well,
what I mean.
you know, to be fair, him going up into space would also be the highest he's ever been.
Zing.
Hey, you don't know if he does drugs. You know, actually, he did several
Yeah.
times in this movie.
Yeah, I know. He made that pretty
was
clear.
very clear.
Yeah, but as he's destroying the first asteroid, which I mean, he has plenty of time because with his amazing telescopic X-ray vision from all the drugs that he's been doing.
Barehanded.
No, he has to go so far away to get to the asteroid, and it's going pretty slow. He has plenty of time, so it takes a few years. To plant a ton of pot and shrooms on the asteroid.
Oh,
and
asteroid shrooms.
Yeah, cultivates it the Martian style, you know, like Matt Damon. And he uses the roots of those plants to destroy the asteroid from the inside.
What?
But since he doesn't want to waste it all, he has to do all those drugs.
Right.
But as he does those drugs, he realizes with his, another wave of telescopic X-ray vision that beyond that asteroid, even further away, was another asteroid.
Shut up.
Ian, go.
So he goes to that asteroid. And he probably still has a rocket. I don't know if we really went there. Yeah.
he's
He goes to that asteroid. He was like, "Don't fix what ain't broke," and just starts planting seeds. So it's even further away, but it's bigger. So it takes a little bit more time, but it's going real slow. So he has plenty. And so he's there for another like 5 years. This is rough on him.
There are no stakes
He's
in
getting
this
a little emaciated.
This is Zooks we're talking about.
He has shrooms though.
Yeah, but that's not like, you don't get all your vitamins from there. You know, it's not healthy. He didn't bring enough multivitamins. He ran out after like year 2.
That's fair.
Iron deficiency.
You know, I can see that. I can see that.
Yeah. And so he finally gets that to break apart, but he cannot do all of those drugs. There's so much pot just floating in a big green ball.
What does he do?
And so he just rides that pot to Earth. And it burns up in the atmosphere.
Everyone high.
And a huge cloud of just pot smoke envelops the Earth.
Hot boxes it.
Hot boxes the Earth.
With the ozone.
What ozone?
Zooks!
That's the new ozone.
That's the ozone.
What I love about that is I really thought you were gonna go for a Superman net, a glad bag,
Hell no, man.
but you went for a hot box. and I
Oh,
respect
gotta go
that.
hot box with the Pam.
And
how's it end?
well, no, he gets elected as president of the United States of America, Daytona Beach.
Of course, classic Pam.
Just everything's comma Daytona Beach.
Well, actually, he gets elected president of the United States / the world, Daytona Beach, because he's like, "Hey, everyone, can I be president?" And they're like, "Sure, man, whatever."
That's weird.
Yeah.
Let's go to the cards.
Oh wait, so what's the name of this movie?
Pam Attack.
Oh
Pamageddon?
Pamageddon!
Armageddon, Daytona Beach.
No, Pamageddon.
Pamageddon, Daytona Beach.
Florida.
No,
It's gonna have the comma FL.
Everyone knows where Daytona Beach is.
No, well, because now Daytona Beach would be Daytona Beach, Florida, Daytona
USA.
Beach.
Daytona Beach, Florida, USA.
No,
No, it'd be
Daytona Beach.
well, at least it'd be Daytona Beach, Florida, USA, Daytona
Guys,
Beach.
semantics.
No, it's not semantics. It's the truth.
Yeah, once
enough.
he's elected president, everything is comma Daytona Beach.
Sure.
Well, places at least.
Okay.
It wouldn't be. I mean, it wouldn't be like
because-
food. It wouldn't be like hot dog, comma
Well, he
Daytona
brought the world
Beach.
together, so the world is now, it's not Earth, it's Daytona Beach, and you have to, put that after whatever country.
Yeah. So the world is Daytona.
So
it's not Earth anymore.
Yeah,
it's
but
Daytona
when
Beach.
you're writing a letter, you don't say Prague, comma Earth.
Yeah,
you would
well,
now.
you would if that was the rule that you were supposed to follow.
And so it'd be like Moscow, Russia, Daytona Beach.
Yeah, exactly.
Kind of great right now.
All right, we're going to the cards.
Oh,
that was
You didn't shuffle that at all.
No.
You just flipped those cards down in 2 even stacks.
I was looking right down at this guy's face.
That really worked for you.
Heat,
That's
pop,
unfortunate.
That right stack is much larger.
If you get the high card, Ian, what do you want?
I will be following Robert De Niro to The Adventures of Rocky and Bullwinkle
You son of a That was what I was going to say.
from 2000. Pick something else.
God, geez,
Or
that was
form a voting block.
poor Robert.
Or
De Niro.
form a voting block. That
I
way.
mean, hey, I had already planned on picking that movie. I suppose that's okay.
He has been quoted saying he did these terrible films because he has a son he wants to put through private school, and that's kind of the coolest quote you could say.
So you're going to go for Rocky and Bullwinkle as well?
Yeah, I'm going to go for Rocky, The Adventures of Rocky and Bullwinkle, which where he plays the bad guy, which I mean, I can't see, I can't like reconcile the actual image in my mind of the bad guy from the cartoon and him as him.
Upon talking about how much we love Jason
You block this.
Mantzoukas,
Oh yes, go on.
I've decided to find Jason Mantzoukas' worst movie.
What is it? Dictator?
This?
No, it is Search Party.
What is that?
It came
It's a
out
recent
this year
movie, yeah.
in June.
Oh, poor
Is
Jason.
it,
The
is
tomato-
it on DVD?
The tomato
Yeah,
meter.
I don't think that's on DVD yet, dude. You can't pick movies that are that recent.
Agreed.
We're
and
lucky that.
you cannot pick Zook's movies.
Well,
Okay.
also we're
Zook
lucky,
is uncontrollable.
we're lucky that Dirty Grandpa was even on DVD.
No, you can
man.
watch it. You
Too
can watch it
soon.
now. You said watch it now on Hulu.
Yeah, for how much?
Whatever. My phone just died.
What?
My phone literally just died.
It
So I'm
was
doubling down. It's
easy.
called Search Party, and it only made $3,000 box office.
Wait, what?
Yeah, I knew about this. That's so sad.
$3,000.
I guess-
Jason, you're better than that.
Was it in theaters?
Is
Yes,
he?
it was.
Is he, Brett?
Yes, he is.
Brett, what would you pick?
Well, I was following. I actually started following a couple people, but I decided to go from De Niro. Wait, was it De Niro? No, went Zooks. Went straight Zooks to 2014's movie Search Party.
That was me.
Yep.
Did you just ridicule him for choosing that movie and then you chose the same thing?
Because I forgot I already chose it.
Did you just say 2014?
It's 2014.
2016.
No, it's 2014.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, then what are you talking about, man?
I thought it said 2016.
No, I knew it was recent. Sorry, Zooks. He's got a small part.
We got 2 voting blocks?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
so crazy.
Oh.
All right. So who thinks they have the lowest?
Me.
I think I might have the lowest.
Me.
Oh, damn.
Oh, wow. Wait.
Oh, guys.
we all might have
It's just
one.
numbers. It's just numbers. Who has 2?
Is there 2?
Who has?
There's a 2.
Oh, okay.
Who's got a 3?
I saw your card, so I know you beat me. I have a 4.
I've got a 5.
I've got a 3. Whoa! 2, 3, 4. Search Party. Search Party.
How did we get 2 through 5? We just picked these cards out randomly.
Gross.
I took a look at this 5 and I thought, I am dead.
We all looked at our cards and were like, I am dead.
I just picked a king.
Okay.
Doesn't matter. Search Party wins.
Search
Yeah,
Party.
so next week we'll be watching 2014's. Is that definitive?
Correct.
Search Party. Is it starring Jason Mantzoukas?
He's in it.
All right.
Play us out, Ian.
Okay. Visit us on... Come on, man.
Like the effort, though.
Visit us on DTLPodcast.com.
Don't be vindictive.
We are also on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Patreon.
What's our Patreon?
Our Patreon is patreon.com/DTLPodcast. It's really easy. Our YouTube, also very easy. Just go to youtube.com/channel/capital UCP, lowercase h, capital JRN, lowercase JH, capital C, lowercase WCN, capital Q _, lowercase a, capital W, lowercase a, 84, capital A, lowercase x.
Perfect, guys.
9, I'm not done yet.
All right.
19, I didn't do it twice, lowercase w, click enter and you'll be there, unless that's just the one for the mobile one.
It's gotta be.
In which case, I don't know, man.
Well, you see, the thing is, you only get a legitimate channel name in your HTML if you have 100 subscribers or more.
Guys, get there. We need the 100. Unless
Yeah,
you want to
that-
hear this again.
there are
Go
the-
ahead, Dylan.
I
Go.
will read that every podcast until we have 100 subscribers on YouTube.
100 people haven't heard our podcast.
Yeah, man, you don't know, man. Combined, if you listen
got-
to like more people,
I've
know,
got that
man.
many Twitter followers.
What?
I got like 250 Twitter followers. People think I'm somebody.
No, you're not. You only have 250 Twitter followers.
I agreed.
He thinks-
I was like, I got like 630.
He thinks he's people.
Whoops.
No, I got something.
Okay, yeah,
but-
we also hashtag DTL Podcast. That's good too. And like and subscribe everywhere.
Yeah. But about the Patreon.
Well, that's better. Brinloft here, god of the podcast. So about the Patreon. For a mere $1 a week, you could feed these f***ing idiots for less than a podcast, and get that podcast a day early. But why stop there? For the price of a cheap in Singapore behind the franchise location of that Cajun barbecue place with the inauthentic spices, $3 a week, you can judge regular updates on art and things the boys are currently working on. And if you can see it in your heart to give $5 per podcast, the mere price of an acre of land in 1850, you could vote on what movie the boys watch for a monthly Patreon exclusive podcast. And for $10 per podcast. Well, we don't have anything for that yet, but we could probably start building a f***ing mansion on that acre of land in 1850. Hashtag blessed. Brinloft out.
Woo! Just be glad you didn't smoke this, man. This is crack. Oh, yeah. This one's... Oh, wait a minute. Okay, I got this. Don't freak out. Sorry to worry you, man. You're not going to believe this. They're both crack. And you have taken an amount that will probably kill you in about 30 minutes.